Streaming started. Hey everybody, happy Friday. It's 3:41 p.m. here on the East Coast. Today's live stream is about the era of low information music, which is upon us right now. We're actually living in the era of the most information. If you think about this thing, right? This phone, I have my Justin Bieber Spotify playlist up here with 71 million followers, but it's actually the era of low information popular music, okay? Meaning things that you hear all the time. The biggest artists now are all, for the most part, low information artists. Well, what do I mean by low information artists? You guys hear me harp about this, about the simplicity of the songs. There's no chord progressions. There's the melodies are just basic, few note melodies, just repetitive melodies. Anyway, so we're going to talk about that. Discount code for today's live stream. This is the Mega 50 sale. If you want to get something from my store here, support the channel, and actually improve yourself so you're not a low information musician, okay? 50% off my Beato book bundle, which is discounted. This is the lowest price it's ever been. I sound like a sales guy here. My ear training course, 50% off. And my quick lessons, which is my new guitar course, 50% off those. I want you guys to be high information players, high information listeners, so that you can hear songs and figure them out as soon as you hear them. You know what the chords are. You know what the chord progressions are. You know what the melodies are, right? And the way you do that is by training yourself. You learn some basic theory, how chord progressions work, how keys work, and then you learn it. Now, to figure out most songs today, since they're low information songs, that means there's nothing to them, okay? I'm going to play some music here. Like, for example, I'm going to play this song, Justin Bieber. Okay, so this song is the same thing over and over and over and over. It's this. This chord progression is literally 4-3-2-1. It's literally 4-3-2-1 in the key of C. The 4 chord, F major 7, to the 3 chord, E minor 7, to the 2 chord, D minor 7, to the 1 chord. It never does anything. The fact that it doesn't have a dominant chord, meaning a 5 chord, means that there's no real resolution. It doesn't really go anywhere. But it's got 636 million spins on Spotify, right? Low information song. Let's say you take this song. This is I just picked Justin Bieber because he's one of the biggest artists on there. Him and Ed Sheeran are, I actually thought that Billie Eilish would be up there on Spotify, but she has 48 million followers. Justin Bieber has 71 million. And Billie, how many does Ed Sheeran have? 81 million?
81 million, I believe.
Okay, so Justin Bieber is massively big, right? So this song here, Stay, this one has, this is I think the number 1 song out right now or something, right?
I never would, I told you to change. Even when I knew I never could, know that I can't find nobody else as good as you. I need you to stay, need you to stay. I get drunk, wake up, I'm wasted still. Realize the time that I wasted.
Okay, so basically we have, that's pretty much the whole song. It's those 4 chords, right? B flat minor, F minor, G flat major, A flat major, B flat minor. That's it. I mean, it's the most basic stuff.
I feel like you can't feel the way I feel. If you can be right.
So you don't even need to know anything about music to figure out these songs. You just have to basically just hunt around and be able to tell a major chord from a minor chord, and you can figure out any of these songs because they are literally just 4 chords, right? if I go to someone like Cardi B, for example, right? I have the clean versions of these songs, like Up, which has how many spins, Billy, does Up have? How many spins does Up have? I think it's 1.2 billion. I think, is that right? I'm just gonna look this up. Cardi B, Up. Let me see here. Cardi B, Up as. Oh, I like it as 1.2 billion. Oh, this only has 314 million spins. Okay, so it's like that's it, right? So it's E, G, F sharp, E. You don't even need any chords. They're just bass notes, right? Or this tune, WAP, right? That has however 850 million spins on Spotify. I mean, these things, this is the clean version. I made the joke about this being like Them Bones, except not good. And somebody actually did a Them Bones WAP mashup between them, even though Them Bones from Alice in Chains actually has. I know this is sacrilegious. Sorry. That's sacrilegious to compare Cardi B and Alice in Chains. I did it once before. Someone actually did a mashup of it. I apologize to Lane Staley and all the guys in Alice in Chains because I love that song, Them Bones. That song is just 3 notes, just like the other song, right? Just 3 notes. You don't need any chord progressions. Okay, so when I just kept going through. I mean, I've been going through these lists, these top 10 lists all the time. I did 3 or 4 top 10 countdowns on Spotify. I did iTunes Store top 10 countdown on pop. I've done top 10 countdown on metal, things like that. There's just nothing to these songs. There's no subtleties. There's no. I did the Little Nas X, which is basically just on Montero, 2 chords, right? Or what's the other song? I Like It, the Cardi B song. It's just F minor and C, 2 chords. I think it does D flat once in a while, but it's basically. Anyways, so these songs, you don't need any sophistication to do that. What do you need sophistication for? Well, there's many other types of music, genres of music that have much more sophisticated music to, whether it's linear music, rhythmically sophisticated. If I played Pink Floyd, Money, huge hit song back in the 70s. It's in 5, okay? You have songs like, I'll give you I'm trying to think of ones that I use in here. There's so many different songs. One that's one of my favorite ones that I just had in my top 10 drum. I think it was in my top 10 drum or top 20 drum grooves. Is Nirvana. So In Bloom. So you got those 4 chords, and then the verse is. So you've got, all right, if we take all the chords that are used just in the intro and the verse, you have. It's like the whole chromatic scale. Da, da, da. Knows not what it means. Knows not what it means. Nirvana songs are super complicated. They're all over the place. There's so many modulations in them. And Kurt Cobain was just this seemingly simple writer. Go to Soundgarden. You've got odd times. You got odd licks. All this stuff. Go back to Sergio Mendes, right? I did that song, Never Gonna Let You Go. 22 modulations in the song, 1983. #1 song. Songs used to have key changes in them. Or, songs like Something by the Beatles or I mean, really, any Beatles song. There's so many different chord progressions. If I fell in love with you, the promise to be true, and help me understand that I've been in love before. I thought that love's more than just holding hands. There's like a million chords in that song. And If I Fell, it right there at the beginning, changes key. Who does that? E flat minor, D major to D flat, F sharp minor, F minor, da 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 da. Now you have to have a great ear for that. That's why you need my ear training course and my Beato book, because in order to figure that out, now I'm figuring that out by ear right now from thinking about the song. Okay, 50% off, Mega 50. You want to support the channel and learn something at the same time? That's how you do it. My Beato book, Instagram or YouTube transcription bundle, 700-page PDF. It's discounted. It's the lowest price it's ever been. Ear training course, 50% off, lowest price ever. And my new Quick Lessons guitar course, which just came out, 50% off on that. These are how you learn this stuff by ear, though, because it takes a combination of understanding how intervals work, being able to hear them and knowing what they are, understanding how chord progressions work, and understanding chord qualities. Okay, so these are three different things that work together. A chord quality, that's a minor chord, okay? That's a major chord, that's a major chord. What is the relationship between those two? Da, da, da. So you've got half step motion right there. So you've got this note E flat, then it goes down a minor second to D, then it goes down another minor second to D flat. So you got minor, down a half step major, down a half step major. I think it goes F minor. That is like the weirdest chord change there. I mean, but the Beatles have things like that all over the place. And if we go to the chorus, pain and I would be. That's amazing. Love wasn't vain. I think they go to sus there. They sing the seventh. They sing the seventh in that. Love was in vain. And they actually have oblique motion in there where one voice, Lennon's voice, stays on one note and McCartney's goes up. That's called oblique motion. There's different types of motion for harmonies or in music. You have parallel motion, meaning they all move the same way. You have contrary motion, meaning the lines move in different directions, right? And then you have oblique motion where one note goes up and another note stays static. Those are different ways that lines can move together for harmonies and things like that. This is another thing that this will train you to do, is to hear these kind of things, right? If I played the song Something, right, I'm going to get demonetized. I've already gotten demonetized as a main. Something, let's see, something in the way she moves. So in order to know this opening part of the chord progression, something in the way she moves. Na, 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 na. So right there, understanding that what's called a line cliche, the quality of these chords, major chord to a major seven to a dominant seventh, okay, and then this is 5-1. Understanding the quality of those chords. I was thinking of that word, the quality. All right, is it major or minor, diminished or augmented? Is it a major seventh? Is it a straight dominant seventh? Is it is it an add 9 chord? Is it a sus2 chord? if I took a song like this is an old Police song, Synchronicity. This song is incredibly complex. One of the most complex songs ever, which has some of the most modulations in it. So this is off Synchronicity that came out in 1984. Those of you that know this song, so Sting then, so it's like, okay, then we. The next section is amazing. Right here. Who does that? Sting. Then. Okay, right there. This is incredible, right? Then the pre-chorus. Da 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 da. Na 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 na. Then, so it's like D minor 7 to D minor 6, D minor 7. Then he goes. Over E to E, and then the post chorus. Many miles away. I mean, it's ridiculous, right? There's like 10 key changes right there in that song. And it's just a 3-piece band playing, and every song on Synchronicity is like that. And they were massive hits. You know, King of Pain. Oh my God, the verse in King of Pain is so weird. It's unbelievable that Sting would write these songs. I talk about Fortress Around Your Heart on here, right? Another song that's just all over the place, right? If you think about... great G vamp. Modulated down half step. It's totally weird. Okay, so I'm basically figuring this out in real time. So the verse is like is the bass, like G Dorian vamp. Second half of the verse, took a day to build the city. We walked through the streets in the afternoon. Then he modulates down half step. I recognize what's right. Had to stop my tracks for fear of walking on the lines I laid in effort. Who writes that? Built this. That's changed keys like 50 times already. That was a huge hit song back in 1985 of Sting's first solo record, right? So this is the stuff that was on. This was the era of high information hit songs, okay? We're in the era of low information hit songs right now, which is ironic because we're in the era of high information, meaning everything in the world is a couple taps away on your phone. You can play any of these songs on your phone instantly. Anything you want, anything. I want to play Beethoven, I want to play Miles Davis, I want to play Cardi B, whatever. I can put it all on a playlist. I'll go from, anything you can put on a playlist back to back and listen to it pretty much anywhere if you have an internet sync or if you're lucky enough to have a phone. People are like, oh, first world problems. Well, we're all watching YouTube right now, or the people that are watching this, so we all are fortunate enough to have phones to do this. Same thing as you can watch this video and you can learn things about music. Okay, that was my whole thing about what I do on this channel. The things that I sell 3 things, right? I sell a book that's a music theory book, my Beato book, to go along with these live streams so that when you're sitting there, say, I don't know what the 4 chord in the key of C is. F major 7, oh, okay, there, you look it up. That's the 4 chord, right? That's why my book is like something that you use to open up digitally. It's a PDF. You open it up and you study along with the live streams. The live streams, I do whiteboard presentations with these things. My ear training course helps you figure out things like this. This happens a ways down because you have to know that this is a sus4 chord, this is a power chord or a 5 chord. This is a major 9 chord, no third. B flat major 9, no third, but it's really over G, so it gives you a G minor. It's like a G minor 9 sound. Beautiful, beautiful sound. This is a more sophisticated thing. And then the second part of Fortress Around Your Heart gets very sophisticated, those chord changes. You used to be able to have to know things to play through songs, right? Billy's always telling me about Black Dog, how hard it is. That's not even Zeppelin's hardest song. That's one of their easiest songs. I mean, their songs are hard. Try to figure out the tunings on some of them. Kashmir, things like that. It doesn't need to be classic rock. I could do Alice in Chains. I can do Soundgarden. I can do, anything. I could do Sarah McLachlan. Oh, my God. She's got incredibly complex songs. We did Sergio Mendes, Never Gonna Let You Go. People say, oh, that's a cheesy pop song. It's a cheesy pop song with 22 modulations that sounds actually normal. You don't even notice that there are 22 modulations. That is a feat in itself. Basically, it was kind of like they were trying to do Earth, Wind, and Fire, right? And frankly, that's what Bruno Mars is trying to do now with his song. It's like he's trying to redo Earth, Wind, and Fire and those kind of chord progressions. He's not doing it as well, but he's doing it at least. I appreciate what he's doing. I mean, to me, it's not quite of the skill level of the people like Jay Graydon that were writers of After the Love Is Gone. I think Steve Lukather was one of the writers. Pro session players, pro writers. This stuff is very sophisticated. These songs. You go back, Earth, Wind, and Fire. I demonstrated Fantasy and things like that. That live stream that got demonetized where Led Zeppelin took the thing out for Baby, I'm Gonna Leave You, then they let it go. Anyways, my channel is about talking about all types of music, but the things that I sell are to teach you music. And that was my whole purpose of coming on to YouTube 5 years ago, is to go out there, teach people, provide them with the tools. Ear training course, it was a thing that I wanted to build. I taught ear training. I was a college professor from 1987 to 1992. I taught improvisation. I directed the big band. I taught ear training. I taught theory. And I'm using my skills in that way. You guys have seen my videos with my son Dylan or seen me do these things, figure out these songs on the fly. I put that into my ear training course. This is teachable. This is called relative pitch. It's all teachable, how to do this and how to do it quickly. And then my new guitar quick lessons, if any of you follow me on Instagram, and if you don't, please follow me at Rick Beato 1. I don't have Rick Beato. I have Rick Beato 1, where I do small concepts in 30 seconds. I teach concepts. That's what I do there. And then my quick lessons is I took all my biggest videos, that had the most saves that people are most interested in, and I made full-length videos on them, full-length lessons, talking about the concepts of what I'm going to do. I just did one the other day where I said, if you're playing on a B-flat 7 chord, like a lot of times I'll think just E Lydian. People are like, what does that mean? Which gives you a really cool sound. Or if you had a progression like this. So that was one of the concepts. It's like when I'm playing on a dominant chord, sometimes I'll think of the root as the sharp 4. It's a really cool sound. It's more advanced, much more advanced, this one thing. But most of my quick lessons are actually simple concepts that sound complex, but explain simply. That'll make you sound like you really can know what you're doing, even if you don't. Anyway, so that's the whole point here. It's like we're in the era of low information thing. You know, the song WAP, Cardi B. The other song, what was the other one? Up. I mean, that's it? That's all you got? A drum beat and that? I mean, come on. People are like, oh, well, it's the sounds. What sounds? I mean, you know, yes, there's some incredibly creative sounds on some pop production. I'm a fan of pop music. You guys know that. A lot of people criticize me. I'm a fan of sounds and production values, but production values do not equal music quality. That's just something for people like me that have sat around in studios trying to come up with original sounds. We call it sound design. I'm a fan of sound design. It's like being a fan of, you know, that roof on that house is a cool design. Wow, I like that. That doesn't mean I'm going to listen to the roof, you know? I mean, it's like that's just a choice. All right, these production choices, people, you know, I mean, we're in the era of limited dynamic range. Everything is compressed to the max. You hear hi-hat things, you know, with these trap beats and everything. The hi-hat's the same velocity every time. The kick drums are the same velocity. Everything's the same velocity, always, right? Vocals are auto-tuned, so they're all in the grid for the most part. Everything's just gridded out and computerized. Everything's in exactly the same tempo. It never moves, has no humanity. It doesn't speed up, doesn't slow down, it's not people playing together. So anyways, that's my wrap on that. But you don't have to live in the era of low information music because there's plenty of stuff to listen to. You can listen to anything you want. And there's some phenomenal music being created today by some of the best players ever today. Contemporary players. I listen to music all the time by really beautiful players. Just, you know, beautiful players, beautiful writers. I mean, there's some great music that I will feature on my channel coming up. I don't want it to all be, you know, where I'm talking about things. I mean, when I do these top 20 drum groove things, and I put James Brown on there, and I put Questlove on there, and I put, you know, Bernard Purdy and Jeff Porcaro and John Bonham. I put beats on there that to me influenced other drummers. A lot of people said the Amen break, but I mean, that was like a drum break that was used in sampling a lot. But I'm talking about, you know, my top 20 greatest drum grooves were grooves by drummers that influenced other people, other drummers, right? So once again, it's about informing people of these classic musicians that were the all-time greats, right? So someone's calling me. They don't realize that I'm doing a live stream in it right now. The mega sale, Mega 50, like I said, don't think of it as supporting the channel. Think of it as supporting your own musical growth, okay? Billy, what? Yeah. So, MEGA 50% off my Beato book bundle, but I've discounted the price, so it's the lowest price it's ever been. 750-page PDF, my Beato ear training course, and I spelled training right here. I've spelled it incorrectly in one of my videos, and there was like 100 comments on it. But I can't do anything about it because I can't erase that part of the video. And my new Quick Lessons guitar course is available 50% off. Like I said, you want to support the channel, that's how you do it. That's how I keep making videos and keep Billy working here and stuff. So you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure and honor to be here for you talking about music. And that's it. Check out my latest top 20 drum grooves of all time and follow me on Instagram at RickBeata1. Thank you. Have a great day.